to receive an alert of. Okay, if that is the case, that alert should not be sent to the other clients who has the data in the same environment. Okay, so it differs from customer to customer, right? And then same goes for dashboards and reports as well. This is on high level. Okay, now let's see a scenario, right? Basically, so I have taken some scenario here. I have taken 3 different clients. Let's say the first client is bank. Okay, they have server logs, firewall logs, user activity logs. Some people, the user login activities and what are they doing, so those logs are being stored in the bank side, right? And then client 2, e-commerce website, right? They have web logs, transaction, API logs, right? And then the third client is healthcare. They have medical logs, device logs, access logs. So now what they are doing is they are going for the same MSSP provider. Okay, let's say in this case Softmania is the MSSP provider. All these 3 clients are coming to Softmania for MSSP solution, right? They want their logs to be stored and they want the security activities to be outsourced, so they are reaching out to Softmania. So what we have is, so we will have a dedicated Splunk platform. It can be anything. It can be a big clustered environment or a small distributed non-clustered environment. Depends on the how much data we are going to get from the clients. Okay, so let's say we have one Splunk environment. So these servers, consider it as a Splunk environment. We have search it, heavy forwarder, indexer. Okay, now when this data is from 3 different clients are being onboarded, right? So we have to consider all these things. So multi-tenant indexing, all the clients are referred as a tenants here. Okay, so it should be indexed in the data from different clients should be indexed in different index, right? Folder. Basically there should be a separate folder for each client, and in that folder only the dedicated client's data has to be stored. Okay, and then we have to perform the security monitoring on the logs whatever it was stored, and we have to create client dashboards and reports. So these things will be done by your MSSP, and from the MSSP side they will also have a dedicated SOC team, right, where they will do threat analysis and incident response, and they will notify your clients. Okay, so till now, till the platform, right, we have only stored the logs. Now the next step, right? So we can implement a SIEM solution, right? So here we have taken enterprise security as an example. Without enterprise security also you can achieve the same things, right? So your enterprise security in this case helps you to detect the threats, and then it will generate the alerts based on the threat which was detected. Okay, and then based on that your Splunk SOAR solution will be implemented. We might have automated response, and that will be triggered, and the incident remediation will start happening. Okay, and then finally the client will be notified on the activities detected and what was the automated response which was did so far. The MSSP team has to communicate that with your client. One is reporting. Okay, so they have to report it to the client. So this is the architecture of your Splunk MSSP. Any doubts here on the process, whatever is being done? Okay. I think in 2 more days we'll be doing a simple MSSP setup using a brute force attack, right? When we are doing that, you will get a bit more idea on the hands-on part. Now this is just a concept overview, right? Once when we are doing that, you will get more idea on how exactly the hands-on is happening.